Okay, I mean, realistically speaking, it's probably going to take a while to get around to Space Quest 6, because we've only gotten up to Space Quest 2. But here's the thing, though. Even if we had gotten all the way up to Space Quest 6 on Ancient DOS games, we still would have merit to look at the Space Quest 6 demo, because this is one of those instances of a demo that's actually different from the full game that it's demonstrating. So let's get into it. Usually with Sierra stuff, you type Sierra to get in, and that seems to be the case here as well. And here we go, Space Quest 6, The Spinal Frontier. Interactive demo. To order, see your local retailer. Through a series of events too humiliating to explain in a mere demo, Roger Wilco once again finds himself doing those duties for which he seems to have been born and misbred, cleaning up after the rest of the universe. As we begin our demo, we find Roger floating outside the main view screen of the deep ship ADG-se, the ship to which Roger is currently assigned. While afloat, squeegeeing micro-gnats and comet entrails away, I was trying to be all dramatic and everything, but it goes ahead and just goes on without me. Not to mention, the music here actually kind of reminds me of the Galaxy Quest music of all things. I mean, I know it's not the same, but it's kind of similar. Okay, so we're finally getting into the demo here. There's Roger out there with his handy squeegee, spraying something towards the view screen, because he's gonna clean it. We got the captain, who's a cat of some kind, and a couple other aliens doing their things, when all of a sudden... I said, when all of a sudden... There it is. We have the Bjorn Cube. And, yeah, Borg analogy. Who'd have thought? So they transport... I was about to say transport, but no, they transform the crew into little balls of sherbet. And I'm not actually kidding. That's what they've actually been transformed into.
I'm the only crew member who hasn't been transformed into a scoop of lemon sorbet.
Oh, I'm sorry, sorbet.
Maybe I should look around a little more.
So anyways, the demo starts us off with Roger getting back into the ship. And we're in the shuttle bay right now, and it's surprising just how interactive this game can be. Well, I mean, the 6th in the series, you would expect it to be more interactive, right? But in any event, we have our controls here. Feet for moving around, eyes to look at stuff, hands to do things, mouth to talk, pockets to open our inventory, which...
Don't even bother looking in your pockets. You are carrying nothing. Nada, zip, zero, zilch.
And by the way, I recognize that voice as well, but for some reason, I can't quite remember the name of the person who that is. I'm sure, like, someone in the comments within the first, like, 3 or 4 of them are going to say who that person is. Also, there's a screen here with a bunch of controls for, like, saving and loading and stuff. Save and load don't work, at least as far as I'm aware, because the demo is not actually that long. But the funny thing is that some of these controls have shortcut keys, but I'm told, I haven't actually tried this, and I kind of don't want to while I'm in the midst of recording this right now, but I'm told that if you press any of the function keys on the keyboard that would normally access these things directly, it crashes the demo. So feel free to try that on your own accord if you want to see for yourself, because it is a demo version. You can just download it and play it. But yeah, like every single one of these shuttles has its own little description. So like, I mean, we've got the one from the USS Enterprise here.
Some guy wearing a Delco air filter on his face parked this shuttle.
But, yeah, not much to it. Where's another one that's kind of familiar? The funny thing... Oh, right, the I forget what these are called from Star Wars.
You hear a disembodied voice saying... Remember your parking space, Luke.
But yeah, every single one of these has its own little unique message. This one's particularly interesting.
Beauty. A true museum-quality McKinley Ultramarine Blue Runner.
It will be mine. Oh yes, it will be mine.
Which is a reference to something that I can't remember off the top of my head. In fact, that's the funny thing about the Space Quest series, is it kind of, I don't want to say devolved, but the further in it got, the more reference heavy it became. So as a result of that, we're kind of like, this game is so reference heavy that it references itself. I'm not joking, we're going to see that later. Actually, a good example of some of the differences between this and the demo version. First, if we go over to this panel over here.
There are composts like these scattered throughout the shuttle bay, so you never have to walk too far from where you parked.
Actually, I meant to use the hands item, or hands icon, because I want to actually use the panel over here. So these panels are used to sort of transport throughout the ship. So you got intra-ship transport here, which allows us to go to 4 different locations. But there's other functions here too. But the thing is that not all of them work properly. Like this communications one here says communications are offline due to unforeseen alien invasion. When we resume service, you'll enjoy 20% savings whenever you send subspace transmissions to anyone on your friends or family list. Now, I don't actually know. I've never played Space Quest 6 properly, so I don't actually know if that is still like that in the full game. But then we got this full database here, and if we go into the entity database, now the known races, that screen works. We can actually go through all of the known races in this list here. But if we go to DNA sequencing, you didn't really think you'd get a whole working DNA sequencer in a little demo, did you? As if. Anyway, so one of the first places we can actually go in this shuttle bay here is onto this specific shuttle. Because if we look at it normally...
It's a standard Starcon shuttle built for speed and maneuverability.
And yet...
Unfortunately, with a budget of only 550,000 buckazoids, they had to leave off certain amenities, like airtight seals, decent shields, and restrooms.
Okay, now he's done. But there's actually another part right here where if we click on it...
This is the hatch leading into the Starcon shuttle.
So it's clearly one of the ones we can actually enter, because the other ones don't have hatches like that. So if we go to hands and go to open it, we'll see Roger run down to it, and it actually does open. And there's actually a lot of things in this shuttle here that relate to this being just a demo version. So like if we try to go over here...
Simmer down, buddy. Wait for the real game.
Yeah, there's
only part of this cockpit you can actually access in the demo.
But yeah, there's even more text, like more dialogue like that too. Like, I'm not sure which of these are like that, but I know some of them are.
You can't open this closet in the demo. You'll just have to take my word for it that there's an EVA suit in there.
And I think there might be some more like that too in this particular demo. The thing is that, and this can really confuse me when I first got in here, is that there's got to be a reason why it lets you into this shuttle in the demo version. And I was trying to figure out, like, what I would possibly need from this shuttle. Like, the thing is, when you look at the front of the shuttle...
This is the shuttle cockpit. In the real game, I will sit here. I will be smart. I will make it go. I will make things work.
But the problem, though, is that you're actually... What you need to access in this cockpit is... Well, in this shuttle, is in the cockpit. So that's one of the problems I actually have with this game, at least with this demo version. Maybe this is not like this in the full game, but your icon, your cursor for highlighting things, doesn't change in any way. Like, you just have to sort of guess that it's over something different compared to something else. Like with these 3 panels over here. Like, it almost seems like all of this here would just all be part of the same thing. But no, that's a door, that's a panel, and that's a panel. They're all different. So because of that, what you actually have to interact with in this shuttle is in the cockpit, despite the fact the cockpit tells you that you can't really do anything there until the full game. And it's this little glove box.
This is the shuttle's personal effects stowage compartment.
Or sorry, stowage compartment. So that's what you have to interact with. But it's so easy to miss that because the cockpit is telling you that you're only going to get to go in there in the full game. But yeah, if we open this up, we get some duct tape.
A janitor never runs out of uses for duct tape. I'll just help myself to this role.
And some pliers.
Surely no one will miss these pliers, since everyone around here is busy being lemon sorbet.
Okay, so let's move on here. Let's go back to the intership transportation system, which, probably not saying that right. Intership transport was close enough. So we've got well, I was about to say four other, but really we're already in the shuttle bay interior. Actually, what happens if we try to select that, even though we're already there? You are at that location now. Really? I was expecting something a little more, I was expecting a message that would be a little more denigrating than that. Like, you're at that location now, dummy, or something like that, but, yeah, that's a very boring response. Okay, so let's go to Roger's quarters. Confirm transport. And so, we get the transport sequence, where Roger's clothes go first, followed by Roger, then Roger's clothes arrive, followed by Roger. But yeah, this is where the game starts getting a little more self-referential, because Roger keeps a whole bunch of trinkets from his past escapades on this table here.
Say it's the old hint book you found in the bargain bin at the software store in Space Quest 4. Oh, it's the star generator remote control you found aboard the Sarian ship during Space Quest 1. Wow, it's your official employment rejection letter from Sierra Online at the end of Space Quest 3. It's a discarded cigar stub from the Galaxy Galleria in Space Quest 4. It's your old Labion Terror Beast mating whistle from Space Quest 2.
So yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of references on just this one little table here from past games. But yeah, in the quarters here, there's not a whole lot going on. Like, the one thing you definitely need is this thing over here.
This is your old Clapmaster. It can turn a plug on and off with a clap of the hands.
Here's kind of the trick, though. If we go to pick this thing up, well, Roger gets it.
You yank on the Clapmaster's cord till it pops out of the wall, and you shove it all into your pocket.
Except there's a little bit of a problem here. See that little pixel right there?
There's a single prong from the Clapmaster's plug embedded in the outlet.
Yeah, you kind of rip it out so fast that you don't really get to use it properly because it's now broken. Though before I go for that prong, I'm actually going to explore a couple other places first, even though I technically know how to get it and can do it right now if I wanted to. So go back to intership transport. Let's go to the bridge. Why not? Because that's where the aliens are. So yeah, here's that alien. So we gotta somehow deal with him.
This appears to be the head Bjorn. He's either draining energy from the pattern buffers or absorbing all the information stored in the computer by bombarding it with nucleonic radiation. I hate it when that happens. There's a curious socket of some sort just below the toaster mounted on his head.
So that's kind of a clue that we need to do something to this sort of toaster thing. So if we actually try to use this thing as it is, it's not actually going to work, because we're going to get a message here.
I've almost got an idea there, except for a couple of problems. For instance, I need to plug the Clapmaster into a socket to get it to work. The nearest socket is too far away. My highly developed instincts for self-preservation prevent me from foolishly sticking my fingers in the socket. What are you trying to do, kill me?
It's funny you should mention that, Roger. Anyways, let's go back to the quarters and actually get this Clapmaster thing fixed. So, to do this, first we gotta do intership transport, go to Roger's quarters. Okay, and naturally, because Roger's not stupid enough to put his hands in the socket, we can just grab this and it shouldn't cause any problems. Or, actually, it results in your death. So, Yeah, the demo's not supposed to have any death sequences. This is one exception. But as you can see, we just get a try again prompt and we don't actually die. So yeah, what we gotta do is we gotta combine the duct tape with the pliers.
I think I'll try imitating some of the smarter maintenance engineers I've observed through the years and wrap the duct tape around the pliers' handles.
So yeah, basically we just turned insulated the pliers, which are normally just totally metal, with the tape so that we don't get electrocuted when we use them. So we'll get these newly insulated pliers out, grab the prong, and then we go to our pockets, choose the prong, put it back in.
Cool. I didn't think that would work. Go figure.
The only trick is that I'm pretty sure this isn't enough to complete the demo. Like, if we go back to the bridge right now, I'm pretty sure that there's one other piece of the puzzle that we need in order to solve it. Okay, so maybe I just have to plug it into the thing here. Yep, that works. But now the question is, how do we plug this end into here? Anyways, let's actually take a trip elsewhere that we haven't been yet, specifically 8 rear, which is supposed to be like the equivalent of 10 forward from Star Trek, except it's 8 instead of 10 and backwards instead of forwards. So I believe what we need to do is we need to get a particular food item from the Mr. Soylent in here. The only trouble is that when we go to use it, it's going to bring up a whole interface here, as well as a surprisingly in-depth musical tune, which is probably going to be copyrighted like heck on YouTube, so... Anyway, the trick here is that if we punch in numbers... Whoops. If we punch in some numbers here and then hit enter, nothing's going to happen. Well, 7 numbers. Still, nothing's going to happen, because it's looking for a very specific number, based on different menu items. But the thing is, we don't know what the menu items are, and there's no menus to actually help us out. There's a way to get a message about how to get a menu, although it's cryptic and doesn't actually get you a menu. So I believe the trick here is that we have to go into the entity database here, and one of the races will actually reference a particular food item, but I don't actually know if there's a particular hint as to which race has the food item listed. Okay, so I found a few, well, not a few, but a couple of food items here in the Space Monkeys entry in the database here. So apparently we got space food sticks and tangy piquant brine bananas. I'm not sure either of those are going to help. And there's another one in here under the Coronians, where it says that they prefer local flora and have a replicator number for that one too. Although maybe I should have just looked up the entry on the Bjorn first, because they've got a particular replicator code in here for something that they eat, so that's probably what we need. So the number here is 7469410. See if I can remember that for the short future to get back to the thing. Okay, so 7469410. Okay, I think I got that right. Oh, doesn't that just look appetizing?
A jiggling, fragrant, lumpy mass of Bjorn Chow.
Okay, so my thinking here is we can entice the Bjorn over to where we need to plug in him into the clap master thing, and then sort of clap him off. Like, that's what I'm thinking here, but the thing is, I only looked into this demo enough to get a vague idea of what I should be doing. So I'm kind of a little blind as to some of the puzzle solving here, but maybe we got this right here. So let's go to the pockets, pull out the Bjorn Chow, and see if we can actually use this thing. Or wait, there it goes. Okay, so do we just put it near the thing?
As cool cool as it would be to enter...
No, I think we gotta actually use it on him.
As cool as it would...
Or maybe you gotta put it onto the bed here. Yeah, there we go. And now, plug him in. And clap. There you go.
All right. It's his super cool lemon sorbet bioconverter belt.
I'm guessing that's what we're going to use to actually restore everyone. So do I just go to my pockets and use it? Choose the belt and use it on the captain?
Yes, Kreskin. Wrong, but excellent.
Or maybe I just use it, like hands on the belt.
I'll just give this lemon sorbet bioconverter button on the Bjorn belt a push and see what happens. All right. The belt begins to thrum with electronic life. I've saved all my fellow crew members from cleansing the palates of the Bjorn.
And I think that's the end of the demo. So
I wonder what incredible adventures lie in store for me and the crew of the Deep Ship 86 and Space Quest 6.
Well, it's saying computer and simulation, so yeah, it seems like that is the end of the demo simulation. And I'm going to guess it's probably going to unceremoniously drop us back to a DOS prompt. A lot of demos have a tendency to do that. Actually, it looks like this one just simply repeats. Yeah, this one just goes back to the very beginning of the program when you finish it. Which, you know, kind of makes sense, because that makes it suitable for if you were using it in, let's say, like say you were demonstrating a computer at an electronics store, having something like this set up on constant loop, so that if somebody actually does figure it out, it just starts the program over. I mean, that kind of makes sense there. But yeah, that was the Space Quest 6 demo, and as far as I'm aware, this entire sequence of events isn't in the full game. Like, maybe it is, but I'm under the impression that this is unique to this demo game. Now, granted, all things considered, it's an incredibly simple puzzle. There was only really, like, 3 major steps to the puzzle, and then you just bring it all together, and there you go. But yeah, it's a pretty good example of a demo that goes above and beyond what a demo of a game normally would. So even if we had already covered Space Quest 6 on Ancient DOS games proper, this still would have been worth looking at.